Good morning. Now I'm getting recorded. That's why. Right headings are Indian Contract Act 1872. Keep writing whatever running notes I give, some synopsis, some examples you can follow. Printed notes Prasad will provide to you. Right? The Indian Contract Act Contract Act 1872. Now onwards I call it as ICA. Indian Contract Act. Now onwards ICA. I hope you remember this. Originally, the Indian Contract Act consists of 266 sections. This is classified into three topics. One as a remain Indian Contract Act 72. Mic is on. Second one, Sale of Goods Act 1930. Third one, Indian Partnership Act 1932. Indian Contract Act section 1275, which you know very well, already studied. This is General Principles of Contract. Again, 76 to 123 of the Contract Act repealed and transferred to Sale of Goods Act 1930. A part of Contract Act only, segregated and enforced as a Sale of Goods Act 1930. And again, section 124 to section 238 deals with special contracts. This you don't know, we have to learn this. Special contracts. And again, section 239 to 266 of the Contract Act is transferred to Partnership Act 1932. Which means what? Same Contract Act divided into three chapters. One remain as a Indian Contract Act, second one as a Sale of Goods Act, third one as a Indian Partnership Act. Indian Contract Act consists of 1 to 75. Again 76 to 123 repealed. Repealed means cancelled and enforced as a Sale of Goods Act 1930. And again 124 to 238 of the Contract Act is again in the Indian Contract Act as special contracts. And finally 239 to 266 of the Contract Act is transferred to Indian Partnership Act 1932. So this is sections arrangement of Indian Contract Act. Sir, why three legislations are necessary? Only from administrative convenience. They want to implement this law most effectively and efficiently. So it is a broader law. So one person cannot execute everything because three different segments. Sale of Goods Act was different. For law pertaining to sale is different. Pertaining to partnership is different. Pertaining to mercantile contracts were different. So from administrative point of view, they segregated into three parts. This act came into force in India when? Any idea? When this act came into force in India? On 1st September 1872. This act came into force in India on 1st September 1872. Now this act is applicable to whole of India. Earlier this act was applicable to whole of India except the state of Jammu and Kashmir. Now Article 370 got repealed. That's why this act is applicable to whole of India including the state of Jammu and Kashmir. Up to here clear? Only two words I would like to discuss here, guys. One is jus in rem. Other one jus in personam. What does it mean? Jus in rem means right against Hmm? Right against entire world. Right against the whole world. This is right against a person. Why this meaning we have to learn here itself? I will tell you the logic at the end. Okay. Just in rem. Right against the entire world. Right against the whole world. What does it mean? I will take one simple example. Probably all of you can understand in a simple way. RIL, Reliance Industries Limited, whatever the goods and services they have produced, they sold to sole selling agent. Entire country they have one sole selling agent. From sole selling agent to wholesaler. From wholesaler to retailer. Retailer to customer. As a customer, I go and buy the goods from whom? Retailer. Contract is between whom? Retailer and customer. If the goods are defective, services hired by the customer are deficient, I want to file a case. Against whom I can file a case? Against all. I have a right against all. That is called right against entire world, which means every person who is either directly or indirectly involved. Against them, I have a right. That is called right in against the whole world. Nothing but a just in rem. Are you sensing the meaning? Originally, as a customer, I bought a goods from whom? Retailer. Direct contract. Indirectly, who is involved? Wholesaler, sole selling agent, and manufacturer. Means I have a right against everyone. That is called right against the whole world. Means who is either directly, indirectly involved, I can file a case. Other one, just in personam. The term itself is self-explanatory. Right against the person. Only that person. X agrees with Y. Mr. Y, I will sell my car. Later, he failed to sell. And now Y want to file a case. Y can file a case against whom? Only X. Only X. Can he file a case other than X? No. Because privity, contractual relationship is between only X and Y. He got no right against remaining world. Thereby, against a particular person, if I have a right, that is called right in, nothing but a just in personam. Sir, why do we discuss this? For contract, which is applicable? For contract, which one is applicable? Remember, just in personam. MCQ question, fill in the blanks important. Which one is attracted here? For contract, any contract, under the Indian Contract Act, contract means it is just in personam, not just in rem. Am I clear? Okay. Now let us see, guys. What is the meaning of a contract? Already you know pretty well. Just quickly we complete this. What is the meaning of a contract according to section 2, subsection H? Write down. Contract means, keep writing. Agreement, contract means agreement. Agreement enforceable by law. Agreement enforceable by law. So this is the meaning of a contract. Now here what is the words I have to understand? What is the meaning of law? I should know. What is the meaning of enforceability? Then what is the meaning of agreement? If I know meaning of these words, I know definition of a contract. First of all, what is law? Law is nothing but a set of rules and regulations to be followed. Set of rules and regulations to be followed, which is mandatory. Is this mandatory or voluntary? Mandatory. It's not voluntary, mandatory, must and should, we have to follow it. What are the sources of law? What are the sources of law? How law developed in India? The major source for development of law, custom. Second major source is British law, English law in simple. And third one is, you can say, Parliament. And fourth one, environmental changes. According to change in the environment, we have to change our laws also. So what are the sources of law? The major source for development of law, custom. Show me one law which is against our customs, and as a Hindu, as a Muslim, as a Christian, we are following our own personal laws. No law go against our customs and traditions. Again, in the custom, wherever good practices are there, law accepted. Wherever the bad practices are there, law also rejected. Like sati, kanya shulka, dowry system, untouchability, child marriages, wherever the evils are there, law also rejected. Wherever the good practices are there, law also accepted. So major source for development of law in India is custom. Without custom, there is no law. Second one is British law. They ruled us more than 200 years. They implemented all their laws in India. So today we are following their laws also, as on today. Of course, now bill already presented into House. IPC, Indian Penal Code Act 1860. Civil Procedure Code, Criminal Procedure Code belonging to 1972. These were all previous law, British laws. 1860 IPC. In place of that, recently, I think all of you know, in the Parliament, Home Minister presented the new bills for amendment of these British laws. Today also we are following. After 76 years of independence also, we don't have our own Civil Procedure Code, Criminal Procedure Code, Indian Penal Code, British law that was. That was the impact of the British law in India. Indian Contract Act 1872, hello, British law. That's why tomorrow if you go for England for further study, if law paper is there, almost the same thing you see that. As if you know, somewhere I read this. Right? And third one, Parliament. How the laws are made in India. Listen carefully. This is only an nutshell I am sharing with you. First one, identify the problem. You have to identify one problem. Second, Ministry for Law and Justice. One department is there. Ministry for Law and Justice. They have to draft a bill. That is the duty of the ministry. They have to draft one bill and present it to cabinet meeting at a central cabinet meeting. At a cabinet meeting, it has to be approved. First, that bill should be approved at a cabinet meeting. Once approved, then sent to the Parliament. In Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha, if members agree, then sent to President. If a President sign, legislation ready. Then government has to notify. Remember, unless it is notified, it has no validity. Notify means Rajapatra. Effective date they have to give. From which date onwards this law is applicable. Best example, again I will tell the steps involved here. What is the first one? Identify the problem. Second one, bill will be drafted by the Ministry of the Law and Justice and is sent to the different segments in the country, get a feedback from them. Then placed before the cabinet meeting. In the minutes they have to write it is approved. Then sent to Parliament. Parliament accepted. Sent to President. President signed. Then government has to notify. Remember, two words I am using here. One, gazette notification, official gazette notification. Two words are there. Gazette notification means central government notification. Official gazette notification means state government notification. Are you understanding this? Sometimes you can come across in the newspaper also. It is a gazetted, means central government. It is official gazette, means state government. Because state government also can frame the rules and regulations there. They have to state the effective date. Then accordingly, Parliament is making the laws. Other one is environment. According to change in the environment, we have to change our laws also. Internal environment, external environment. Means within India or outside India, wherever changes are coming, we are into globalization concept. Then we have to follow globalized rules and regulations in India also, then change the law. For that best example, Companies Act 1956 was replaced with the Companies Act 2013 because globally we have to compete. We have to bring the new changes within the company law. Earlier we got a MRTP, Monopoly Restricted Practices Act. Now it is replaced with the Competition Act. Because since 1991, there is no monopolistic practices in India after the liberalization policy. Then how is that MRTP is applicable today? According to change, we have to change. And earlier we got a FERA. Now it is replaced with the FEMA. Foreign Exchange Regulation Act. It was replaced. Now it is with the Foreign Exchange Management Act. Objective was changed. So that according to change in the environment, we have to change our laws also. So what are the major source for development of law means? Remember, these are the major source. Custom. Second one, British law. Third one, Parliament. Fourth one, environmental changes. So what is law means? A set of the rules and regulations to be followed. Rules and regulations. Friends, remember, wherever you come across one word regulation, keep in mind it is mandatory. The moment you see the word regulation, recollect that this is mandatory. All of you know company, no? Memorandum, Articles of Association. Articles of Association consist of regulations. Those are mandatory, must and should, they have to execute it. So here rules, regulations, which need to be followed by a party, which is mandatory. Fine. Other one is enforceable. What's the meaning of enforceability? It is enforceable means it is valid. Enforceable means valid only. Now tell me guys, what is agreement? You know, law means we know, enforceable means we know. Now what is agreement? Agreement means according to section 2, subsection E. Agreement is defined as, right on, agreement means every promise or set of promises forming consideration for each other. Forming consideration for each other. From the definition, what are essentials, friends? What is the meaning of a promise? What is the meaning of consideration? What is the meaning of each other? Only three words. If you know the definition. Tell me, each other. There are two persons, namely promiser, promisee, offerer, offeree. There are two distinct persons, promiser, promisee, offerer, offeree. Promiser is one who is making an offer to another. Offeree is one who is accepting the same. So there are two distinct persons. Second one, there must be consideration. What is consideration? This is again fill in the blanks important. Something in return. Something in return, some benefit, some advantage, moving from one person to another person. You go to a nearby shop, buy a mobile. In return of the mobile, you gave the money. Seller, in return of the money, he gave the mobile. Something in return, some benefit, some advantage, moving from one person to another person. Then, what is the meaning of a promise? Okay. Super. That's the exact wording. In general sense, what is the meaning of a promise? Sunrise to sunset, we take this word many times. Promise dad, I pass my examination first attempt. Promise dad, I get all India rank. Will you make a promises like this? Okay. No. After going home today, make a promise to your dad. Don't tell openly. Take his hand. Keep like this. क्या हुआ बेटा? Pocket money? No, dad. Remember, I made a promise to you. This meaning I will tell you after March 2024. Okay. 24 March results will come. That time you tell, dad, that day you remember, I hold like this, you said, pocket money something as such. In fact, I was promised you. I passed my examination first attempt. Today results were out. I cleared. Wow. That's why no words, only action. Never speak anything and just to show it. Results are important rather words. Telling is easy, na? Performing is difficult. Thereby no words please, anytime. Just simply. So, you all do promises. School days remember? Did you take my chocolate? No. Mother promise, God promise, teacher promise. People will always make a promises. What does it mean? Promise means assurance, surety, without fail. Now what is the meaning of a promise? As he said, right up. Promise means when a person made a proposal to another, when a person made a proposal another to whom proposal is given, if the person assented, thereto is a compound word like a therefore, thereafter. It is thereto. When a person made a proposal to another to whom the proposal is given, if the person assented thereto. Assented means accepted. Now let us see, guys. With the help of one example, we try to understand whether three definitions are being satisfied or not. X made a proposal to Y. Mr. Y, will you buy my Himayat Nagar house for 10 crores? Y said, yes. What is agreement? Remember now onwards, agreement is equal to offer plus acceptance. What is the meaning of a promise first? Promise definition compare. When a person made a proposal to another, to whom the proposal is given, if the person assented thereto, accepted. Now what he said, will you buy my Himayat Nagar house? He said yes. Promise definition satisfied. Now what is agreement? Agreement means there are three conditions. There must be promise, there must be consideration, there are two persons, each other. Now see here, there are two persons. Who is offerer? Who is offering? What is the consideration to X? 10 crores. What is the consideration to Y? Property. Both have consideration. Promise definition already satisfied. Two persons, condition satisfied. Consideration, condition satisfied. What is agreement? Offer plus acceptance. Offer from X, acceptance from Y. They are into agreement. What is the meaning of a contract? Contract means agreement enforceable by law. Agreement is there as well as enforceability. He is the absolute owner of the property. Can he sell the property? Yes. So contract means agreement and its enforceability. Am I clear? So, next one. Consensus ad idem. Consensus ad idem according to section 13. Consensus ad idem. Studied? Once upon a time. Okay. Consensus ad idem means meeting of mind. Meeting of minds. Right? Meeting of minds or identity of minds. Keep writing. Meeting of minds or identity of minds. Identity of minds or receiving the same thing. Receiving the same thing in the same sense at the same time. Receiving the same thing in the same sense at the same time. Receiving the same thing in the same sense at the same time. Okay, guys? In our examination, this is short answer question, 4 marks question. Then you have to write these 3 words, whatever. Then example, one example you write. So, guys, according to section 10, one of the essential elements of the valid contract is consensus ad idem. What is the meaning of a consensus according to section 13? Meeting of mind, identity of mind, receiving the same thing in the same sense at the same time. Agreement is drafted, certain terms and conditions are there, both offerer and offeree. They have to read the conditions, understand same thing in the same sense at the same time. If they are able to understand, yes, there is a acceptance, there can be contract. If there is no consensus, no acceptance, no agreement, no contract. That's why this is one of the essential elements of the valid contract. Example, X made a proposal to Y. Mr. Y, will you buy my BMW for 1 crore? He said yes. There is a consensus. X to Y. Mr. Y, will you buy my mobile? He is having a iPhone 13. Will you buy it for rupees 50,000? He said yes. There is a consensus. X says to Y, Mr. Y, will you buy my business for 1 lakh or 2 lakh? Will you buy my business for 1 lakh or 2 lakh? No consensus here. As a seller, 2 lakhs. As a buyer, 1 lakh. Obviously, no consensus. And X made a proposal to Y. Mr. Y, will you buy my car? He is having 2 cars. One is the Maruti car, other one Indica car. Which car, man? You thought of selling Maruti. I thought of buying Indica. No consensus. Remember your commerce or accounts class somewhere, your faculty said, bills accountable. Nowadays, I think all are receivable, bills payable. You know, account receivable, account payable. Word change. Account receivable, account payable. Account receivable rupees 30,000. One student will ask, is this 13 or 30? 13,000 as a 30,000, 30,000 as a 13,000, and bills account payable rupees 17,000. Again he will ask, is this 17 or 70? Investments rupees 19,000. He will ask 19 or 90. Have you come across any examples like this in a classroom? If you have encountered this problem, you are natural, normal. Not uncovered means unnatural. Serious, I'm not joking. It so happens in every lesson. When you are telling about the facts and figures, so there won't be a meeting of mind. 90 as a 19, 19 as a 90. Once, twice, thrice, the same student asking the same question. So, 1 3 or 3 0 na, 1 9 or 9 0 na, 1 2 times he asks. What teacher will say? Samna kya beto? Because you are not receiving my words properly. Come and sit here, isn't it? You can see always come across. Short answer question, dear, important. Learn it perfectly. Very important question for short answer there. Now tell me guys, obligation. Write down. This obligation is classified into two types. One as a social obligation, other one as a legal obligation. Social obligation, legal obligation. Social obligation is void, legal obligation is valid. Under that you write, all contracts are, come again, all contracts are, come on I say guys, all contracts are agreements, but all agreements are not contracts. In our examination, this is essay type question. Keep writing. You have to write running notes. Unless you are not busy, our thoughts will go somewhere. That's why you have to always maintain eye contact and ear contact and keep writing something. What writing on the screen, keep writing. I know one of your student, a senior student by name Hasi, he got 94 marks law in the foundation. So super senior. Intermediate she got 92. If you want to ask the Prasad Garu, he will give the details. If you go and see today also her my notes, whatever I write here, everything, word to word it is there. I need not to check for my examples. And if I take her copy, my all examples are there. One should have an attitude. But learning, only learning should happen, not beyond anything. You got a clarity of expression. I see her name. Anyway, we're super senior na, 94. I don't know how many of you going to break the record. Let's wait until the results were out. Now guys, tell me, what is the meaning of obligation? Obligation means duty. Very nice. Obligation means duty. What is my obligation? Complete the syllabus timely. What is our obligation? Study and pass. Second one is more important. Studying and passing. Hello. We are entering into agreement. As a offerer and offeree, ensure that parties to agreement are intended to create. Intended means thought of. Intended means thought of. Parties to agreement are intended to create legal obligation. It is valid. Parties to agreement are intended to create legal obligation. Valid. Parties to agreement are intended to create social obligation. It is just void. Parties to agreement are intended to create social obligation. Means we thought of creating a social obligation. Your offer is there, acceptance is there, agreement is there, but it is not a contract. Just agreement. So guys, remember, all contracts are agreements when it gives rise to legal relationship. But all agreements are not contracts when it gives rise to social obligation. In our examination, this is the subjective question. Directly same question they may ask. Otherwise, all contracts are agreements. Comment. Or all agreements are not necessarily contracts. Comment. 4 marks question. Then we have to write about this chart first. Then we have to go with relevant examples. Obligation means duty. It is to agreement intended to create legal obligation. It is contract. That's why all contracts are agreements. All contracts are agreements if parties to agreement are intended to create a legal obligation. What are examples here? First example, as already we know, X made a proposal to Y. Hey, will you buy my Himayat Nagar house for 10 crores? He said yes. Offer, acceptance, agreement, sale of the property, legal. Parties are intended to create a legal relationship. Here it is the contract. All contracts by default agreements. All contracts by default agreements. Okay, na? One more. X made a proposal to Y. Mr. Y, both of us will do real estate business. Valid? He said yes. Offer is there, acceptance is there, agreement is there, as well as enforceability. So if the parties to agreement are intended to create legal obligation, it is a contract. Okay, na? Next one. All agreements are not contracts. For that, what are examples you can write? X made a proposal to Y. Mr. Y, shall we go for a picnic? He said yes. On stipulated date, if Y fails to come, can X file a case? No. Social obligation. X made a proposal to Y. Hey, shall we go for picnic, man? He said yes. Coming Sunday? Done. I am booking the Pragati resort. Go ahead. I am paying advance of 10,000 rupees. You can pay. Confirmation from Y. With confirmation, 10,000 rupees paid. On Saturday, Y telephoned and said, I am not coming tomorrow. Sorry. Now, X want 5,000 rupees back. Believing you, I pay 10,000 rupees. No? Anyhow, it got cancelled. Do one thing. Last both of us share equally. Give me my 5,000. Advise X. Will he succeed? Answer is no. Picnic, social obligation. Here offer is there, acceptance is there, agreement is there, but it has no enforceability. That's why all agreements are not contracts. One more example. Father and son are a daughter. Father made a proposal. Beta, every month I will pay you rupees 2,000 as a pocket money. Agreement on a piece of a paper, 10 rupees stamp paper, dad signed. Every month I will pay 2,000 rupees pocket money. Paid for some time. Later, dad fails to pay. As a son or a daughter, if you file a case against your dad, will you succeed? Agreement in writing. Agreement in writing and got registered. That said, beta, if you pass your examination first attempt, CMA enter in first attempt, I will pay rupees 1 lakh. Agreement in writing, 10 rupees stamp paper. You have passed the examination. Dad failed to pay. If you file a case, will you succeed against your dad? Pocket money means I can understand, man. There is no consideration. Your consideration is there, na? Contingent contract, section 31, remember? Contingent contract. If you pass examination, I will pay money. Pass na? Pay money. Amma? What do you say? Yes or no? Guys, remember these two situations, whatever I said, given in the previous question paper, CA and CMA inter. CA inter. Especially this one. Father promised to his son, I will pay rupees 10,000 if you pass our CA inter first attempt. Son passed the examination. Father failed to pay money. Referring to provisions of Indian Contract Act, explain, will son succeed? Answer is no. Social obligation or domestic obligation. Remember this one. Domestic relationship. Among the blood related group, if any agreements were made, we can call it as a domestic. Here offer is there, acceptance is there, agreement is there, but it has no enforceability. Am I clear? Okay. We know domestic, we know social. One more. X and Y come together, we kidnap the Z. Valid or invalid? X and Y come together, we kidnap the Z. Is agreement valid? Why no? Reason? Illegal. But offer is there, acceptance is there, agreement is there, but it has no enforceability. Again, I am coming and stopping at enforceability end only. That's why remember one rule here. I would say like this: contract is equal to agreement plus enforceability by law. The contract definition only I am writing in a formula. Contract is always agreement plus enforceability. Then what is agreement? Agreement is equal to offer plus acceptance. Agreement is offer plus acceptance. Contract means agreement plus enforceable by law. So that's why how to see whether this is valid or invalid. Valid means contract. Invalid means not a contract. There's only general interpretation, you can draw it. Now tell me guys, one more. X and Y come together. Shall we do smuggling? Y said done. Is this agreement valid? Why? That's all. All agreements are not contracts. X and Y come together. We do opium business. Illegal. Opium is a prohibited drug. Illegal one. Offer is there, acceptance is there, agreement is there, but it has no enforceability. That's why all agreements are not contracts. Am I making sense? Okay. One more. A and B agree to marry each other. Is agreement valid? A and B agreed to marry each other. Is agreement valid? Not married. Not married. Just agreed. See the line. A and B agreed to marry each other. No. No. Yes. Yes. Valid. Valid. Say something. Otherwise, I have to assume that yes. Valid. Valid. Raise your hand. Doubtfully. Okay. Chill. Answer ending. Okay. Let me extend this. A and B agreed to marry each other. Later, B refused to marry A. Can A file a case? You said valid, no? When you said valid, I can file a case. Isn't it? You said agreement is valid. When this is valid, I can file a case. Now you tell me. Amma? So marriage is legal, right? No. Legal. Marriage is legal. No social law. Yeah, tell me. Finally conclude. Bit louder. Not valid. So A and B agree to marry each other is not valid. I'm asking you only. No, not valid. Okay. Valid. Some of you said valid. That's why I'm asking. Still valid. Later, if A fails to marry, can B file a case? How is that? Array. What is the domestic? There is no blood relationship here, isn't it? Domestic word will come only among the blood related group. Here, these two unknown persons. Yeah, guys, you are right. First part is right. A and B agree to marry each other. Is agreement valid? Valid. Madam, both of us will do smuggling. What's the purpose? Smuggling. Illegal. Not valid. Both of us kidnap her. Purpose? Kidnapping. Not valid. Both of us do real estate business. Purpose? Real estate. Legal. That's why see the purpose. Here also A and B agree to marry. Purpose? Marriage. Valid and invalid? Valid. Later B refused to marry A. Can A file a case? No. No. Thought of marrying. Now I changed my mind. Agreement between whom? X and Y or A and B. Who knows? A and B. Whole society don't know. What loss to sustain? I think you remember vindictive damages. In the remedies for breach of contract, we have a suit for damages, ordinary damages, liquidated damages, vindictive damages, nominal damages, and remote damages. Hope you remember. This comes under vindictive. That time I will elaborate much more. Time being, no, you won't succeed. Cut off marrying. Further to understand, long back example. The person by name Abhishek Bachchan versus Karishma Kapoor. One time both got engaged. At New Delhi, diamond rings were exchanged. One fine morning, Karishma said, "Bye, Abhi. Bye, bye, bye." What Abhishek did? Nothing. He didn't file a case against Karishma Kapoor. And there is a reason to not to marry. The thought of marrying later changed the mind. But since celebratory family, some part of the world came to know, but still he has no right. Thought of marrying. Now I changed my mind. You can't file a case. One door was closed. He opened another door. Aishwarya was standing there. Example only. Don't excite. He is exciting much. Okay, chill. Point is clear? Hello. So, all agreements are not contracts. All agreements are not contracts. When, if parties to agreement are intended to create social, illegal, domestic, or immoral kind of agreements. Immoral not covered, we'll take up in the due course. Right? So, finally, guys, one conclusion we can draw. I think all of you know this one. This only an agreement. One set is an agreement. Other set is intention to create a legal relationship. Only agreement is not a contract because all agreements are not contracts. Second one, intention to create a relationship. This set is intention to have a legal relationship. You have an intention to create a legal relationship, but there is no agreement. Not a contract. That's why the intersection point between agreement with an intention to create a legal relationship is contract. This is a contract. That's why an agreement which is intended to create a legal relationship is a contract. In examination, you can show this diagram also if you want. Okay, this is about basic introduction. Now tell me, guys, what are the essential elements of the valid contract? Section 10. If you go through previous question paper, this is one question repeatedly asking for 4 marks. Right? Write a heading. Essential elements of valid contract. Essential elements of valid contract. Essential elements of valid contract. Very important question from examination point of view. Please prepare. Write one by one. First one, offer and acceptance. Offer and acceptance. Second, intention to create a legal relationship. Intention to create legal relationship. Write one case there. Balfour versus Balfour. Mr. Balfour and Mrs. Balfour. Balfour versus Balfour. Second. Third point, consideration. Fourth one, competency to contract. Capacity to contract or competency. Capacity to contract or competency to contract. Next, pre-consent. Next, lawful object. Next, certain. Next, possibility of performance. Next, agreements not declared as void. Agreements not declared as void. Agreements not declared as void. What are examples here? Section 11, Section 20, Section 23 to 30, Section 36, Section 56. These are all void agreements. Hope you remember void agreements chapter. Section 11, Section 20, Section 23 to 30, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and 36 and 56. Next, last point. Writing and registration. Writing and registration. Writing and registration. Okay. I will do one thing. Already you have recently learned these topics. I am not giving any introduction to this. Again, we have separate chapters later because I have to go for classification of the contracts. Right? Only for that sake, these points, only brief outline is required. Since you know all of you, could you remember? So the time being, I am not explaining any point here. Directly I am going for types of the contracts. After the types of contracts, each and every point again separately, topic wise, offer chapter is there, acceptance, consideration, capacity. Chapter wise, I will explain much more. So we can save some time. That's the only intention. Shall I do that? Yes or no? Akka? No blame game. Okay. No, if you want any point, time being 1 minute, 1 sentence meaning, ask me, I'll give the word meaning if you want. See all the 10 or 11 points, 10 points, 10. All points verify once. If any point, if you want to just meaning, I will give. Otherwise, types of contracts I will explain. Again, I will come back this chapter. All of you know subject now, that's why. I will explain again. Maybe one class. Later again after chapter I will start. Shall I? Chalo. Next heading. Types of contracts. Types of contracts. These contracts are broadly classified into two types. One is a valid contract, other one as a invalid contract. Valid and invalid. These valid contracts are again classified into four. First one, express contract. Second one, implied contract. Third one, contingent contract. Contingent section 31 to 36. And last one, quasi contract section 68 to 72. These two are very important. Again, chapters are there for us. In the general principles of the contract, quasi contract was the last chapter, if you remember. 1 to 75, na? This is 68 to 72. Okay, next one, invalid contracts. Invalid, first one void, second one voidable, third one illegal, fourth one unenforceable. Unenforceable contract. In the examination, this is very important. This is important. The remaining all expect the unexpected questions. They may come, may not come, but these are focused areas so far in the previous course. Based on the past experience only we can speak. This is important, this is important. Tomorrow, other than that they may ask, but generally one trend can be analyzed, like that. Okay guys, first of all, what is valid contract? What is invalid contract? Valid contract is one which is enforceable in the court of law. For that, what is the basic requirement? According to section 10 of the Indian Contract Act, if all essential elements are satisfied, it is called valid. All 10 points are satisfied, like offer and acceptance, consideration, capacity, free consent, lawful object, certainty, possibility of the performance, writing registration, not declared as void, intention to create a legal relationship. If all essentials are satisfied, valid. If any one condition not satisfied, invalid. So valid, invalid. Now, valid contracts are further classified into four. First one, express. Write down. Express contract means now onward sentences we have to butify. You can't change these. Okay, right. Express contract. When contract is made, either in writing, either in writing or in oral. When contract is made, either in writing or in oral. Continue. In other words, when contract is made orally, verbally, word of a mouth, M-O-U-T-H, word of a mouth, or in writing, orally, verbally, word of a mouth, or in writing. Now let us understand, guys. Parties are face to face. X says to Y, will you buy my car? He said yes, orally. We go to nearby bookshop. Hey, give a book on law. Orally, he gave the book and you have paid the money. Nothing in writing. Give this chocolate, give this mobile. Nothing in writing. Maximum cash receipt we will take. There are nothing in writing, oral agreements. What is in writing? You have faced one interview, selected as a CMA, received the appointment order from the company, that offer from the company in written. You give the joining report in writing. Contract between company and CMA in writing, express. Now onwards, wherever you see the word express, means agreement, if you see, one rule will be there, always one condition. The terms and conditions of the agreement may be either express or implied. Time permit, just see the agreements and see this word. Express means either in writing or orally, verbally, word of a mouth, or in written, parties have agreed. Implied means neither in writing nor in oral. Now onwards, express means orally, verbally, word of a mouth, or in writing. Clear? Second, implied. Implied contract. Implied contract. When contract is made, neither in writing nor in oral. When contract is made, neither in writing nor in oral. Nothing but your actions or conduct. Your actions or conduct interpret that you are into contract. What are examples? And running of a bus between the two places is implied offer. TSRTC, APSRTC, or a DTC, Delhi Transport Corporation, they are running buses between the two places. Number 1K, Koti to Secunderabad. Bus starts from one bus stop, move to the next bus stop, wait there for few seconds or minutes, move to the next bus stop. Here, neither in writing nor in oral. Just one bus is moving from one station to another station, waiting there for some time, moving to next place. Neither the driver nor the conductor offering to public. Implied. Means we will take the public from one place to other place. Metro is moving from one station to another station, just will come and stop there. If you see the previous question papers of the CA Foundation, this example was asked. One bus was moving from one bus stop and stopping at another bus stop. This is called which type of offer? Four options were there. Implied offer. It is an implied offer, neither in writing nor in oral, isn't it? Did you see any time RTC driver or conductor offering to public? No. Seven-seaters people will shout like anything. He will cry. But whereas RTC buses, nobody will shout and simply bus will come and stop there. That's it. Nobody will come and call you, go this place, that place. It won't happen there. Right? Implied. Either in writing nor in oral. Did you see any time public telephone? Public telephone is fixed there. Is there anyone standing adjacent and offering to public? Implied. You can use it. Auto, at auto stand, implied offer. Implied only, no? Neither in writing nor in oral. Next, contingent contract. Contingent, according to section 31. Contingent contract, according to section 31. Right? In a contract, to do or not to do something if an event is collateral, if an event is collateral, does or does not happen. Does or does not happen. This is the definition according to section 31. In a contract, to do or not to do something, if an event is collateral, does or does not happen. Read the essentials. Essentials of contingent contract. What are the essentials? Write one by one. First one. There are two persons. There are two persons at least, minimum. Okay. Second, there must be uncertain future event. There must be uncertain future event. There must be uncertain future event. Third, there are no reciprocal promises. There are no reciprocal promises between the persons. There are no reciprocal promises between the persons. Next. No control over the event. No control over the event by both the parties. No control over the event by both the parties. It is a valid contract. It is a valid contract. What is the meaning of collateral? Collateral means incidental. Remember, incident. If that incident happen, we'll see one example. X made a proposal to Y. Mr. Y, if you pass your CMA inter first attempt, I will pay rupees 10,000. If you pass your CMA first attempt, I will pay rupees 10,000. Y said done. This is the contingent contract. In a contract, to do or not to do. To do means to pay. Or not to do means not to pay. If an event is collateral, if you pass exam, I will pay. Otherwise, you need not pay anything to me. Passing of exam may happen, may not happen. Does or does not happen. There are two persons. There are two persons. There must be uncertain future event. What is uncertain future event? Passing of exam in first attempt is a uncertain future event. Do we have absolute control? No control over the event. I have absolute control means I know the question paper. If I don't know, I can prepare 100%. I can preparation, maybe best preparation I can do. But a professional examination, always remember one line: expect the unexpected is the buzzword. In any professional examination, this is the rule, and expect the unexpected. You think that this question never they will ask. They will ask. You think this is the most important question, they won't ask. Their intention is student must learn everything. Like a graduation examination, university exam, you should not have a coin. If you prepare selectively 5-6 questions enough, but degree is over. In each subject 4-5 questions perfectly if you prepare, pakka you can secure not less than 60 to 80%. Because questions can be expected there. But that is not the case here. Only trend can be analyzed. That too no guarantee, same thing will repeat again. Thereby, you have to ensure that you are prepared. This way, expect the unexpected. Uncertain future event. What may come, no one knows. But what I can do as a candidate, I can prepare rigorously. I am ready. Sometime, maybe, totally, it bounces. Who knows? And no control over the event. There is no reciprocal promise. No reciprocal promise. What does it mean? What is the meaning of reciprocal promises? Studied now. Chapter is there for you. Hello? Reciprocal promises. Mutual and concurrent, mutual and dependent, mutual and independent. Reciprocal promises. Once upon a time studied. Come on, guys. What is the meaning of reciprocal promises? Both the parties should stand to either gain or loss. Both the parties should stand to either gain or loss. Example, I purchased a car. I gave the 25 lakhs. What is my loss? Money. I am going to gain car. That fellow vice versa. Giving the car, gaining. Both the parties should stand to either gain or loss. Whereas in case of a contingent, no reciprocal. Only one person should stand to either gain or a loss. Example, see there. If you pass examination, I will pay. If not, why need not pay anything? Isn't it? For example, hey, if it rains today evening 6 p.m., I will give 1 lakh. Otherwise, you give 1 lakh. If it rain, I have to pay. Otherwise, you have to pay. There is a reciprocal promise. Whereas a contingent, there is no reciprocal promise. If you pass exam, I will pay. Otherwise, you need not pay. Passed. If I don't pay money, can you sue me? Yes, because it is a valid contract. That's why remember, entire contract between X and Y or A and B is based on only one condition. What was the condition? Passing of examination. Passing of examination may happen, may not happen. Now check the definition please. In a contract, to do or not to do something, if an event is collateral, does or does not happen. There are two persons. There must be uncertain future event, no control, no reciprocal promises, but it is a valid contract. But entire contract is dependent on only incident. What was the incident? Passing of examination. Let us see other examples. Second example, X made a proposal to Y. Mr. Y, if you marry Z, I will pay 10 lakhs. If you marry Z, I will pay 10 lakhs. Y said, yes. There can be contract between X and Y. When Y marries Z. What X said? Mr. Y, if you marry Z, I will give 10 lakhs. Y said, yes. There can be contract between X and Y. When Y marries Z. What is the guarantee? Z will marry Y. Isn't it? May not. Which means that marriage may take place, may not take place. If you marry, I will pay. Otherwise, you need not pay. Now check once. There are two persons. X and Y. Marrying the Z is a uncertain future event. Is there any control? Absolutely no control. What maximum I can do? I can contact the Z, made a proposal that I would like to marry. Z said no. Maximum you can please and prize or touch the feet. Maximum beyond that you can't do. No? You can't force, you can't compel someone that should marry me, isn't it? If you marry, I will pay. Otherwise, you need not pay. Are you understanding this? But entire contract is based on only one incident, passing of here, marrying a person. One more example. This was given in the CA as well as the CMA examination for 4 marks. Now I am going to explain. Similar facts. X made a proposal to Y. If you marry Z, I will pay 10,000. Subsequently, Z marries A. What happens to contract? What happens to contract? This was given for 4 marks. Means we have to write all consequences. Possible consequence, that is 2-3 assumptions we have to make and write. What was the proposal? X made a proposal to Y. If you marry Z, I will give 10,000. Y said yes. Subsequently, Z marries A. What happens to contract? Yeah, first assumption is contract between X and Y will become physically impossible. What was the condition? If you marry Z, Z already married. No contract between X and Y is physically impossible. You can't marry again. Over. Second assumption, there is no time limit here. Is there any time limit? There is no time limit. When to marry? No time limit. Today probably Z and A got married. At the age of 90, A dies. And Y and Z got married. Condition satisfied. Pay money. Third assumption, if there is a time limit, like X made a proposal to Y, marry Z as on before 31st December 2023 evening 6 p.m. Y said done. Up to December he got a time. Today morning Z and A got married. On 15th August both got married. But still he got another time. Maybe another 120 days time or 100 days, 110 days time is there. Who knows, anytime anything may happen. God is great. 27th December, there is an accident. A dies. 31st December, Y and Z got married. Condition satisfied, no? So our person died on 27th, so how marriage on 31st? 10,000 means okay, yaar. If this amount is 10 crores, huh? If I was there in that place, what I will do, 27th died, rituals are there, 27, 28, completed, take a bath. 10 crores, Ray. The so-called people, whatever they are saying tomorrow, they won't come and help you out. Remember, they won't come and help you any manner. Parahastam gatam gataha. Over na. He is no more or she is no more. There is no point in waiting. You have to move on. Either move on today or after 1 year, makes no difference. If you move on today, you have some benefit. People may look at you differently, it doesn't matter. My life, end of the day, I have to lead my life now. The so-called people, whatever may be the making a comment, they won't come and help in any manner, remember. Maybe I am rude to say this example. It won't happen, I know that. Just example sake I said. Everybody wait here, 15 days, 1 month, space will be there. Everyone knows that. But this is only example sake. Right? Condition satisfied, pay money. What I am trying to say finally, guys, remember, there can be contract totally based on incident. Okay, na? Now tell me one more. Fourth example. X agrees with Y. Mr. Y, if a particular ship won't return, particular ship means ship number 007, won't return from London to Mumbai, I will give rupees 10 crores. Due to bad weather, the ship is sunk. Condition satisfied. Pay money. Valid. Time limit is there. If you remember section 35, two parts are there, with time, without time. Section 31 definition, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36 contingent contracts only, na? Each and every section examples I am mentioning here. Rules I am not saying. If you are able to recollect, you can apply here. What he said, if a particular ship 007 won't return from London to Mumbai as on before so and so date, I will give 10 crores. Due to bad weather, the ship sunk. Condition satisfied. Now it won't come back. One more Titanic. Pay money. Right? Now tell me, guys. Passing of exam, possible or impossible? Marrying a person, possible or impossible? If a particular ship won't return, possible or impossible? Possible. What I am trying to say, that incident should be possible to happen. It should not be impossible. X made a proposal to Y. Mr. Y, if you secure 10% marks in CMA Inter, I will give 10,000 US billion dollars. 10% impossible here. 1959 CMA codes came into force. Till now, no single example. Not only CMA, CA, CS, any professional course you take. In a professional examination, all papers securing 10% is just impossible. That's why incident should be possible to happen. Hey, bring the moon onto the earth. I think you remember section for impossibility. 56. Section 56 is impossible. Give a life to dead body. Contingent only. Give a life to dead body, I will give money. Impossible. Enclose the two parallel lines. Contingent only, but impossible. That's why that contingent must be possible to happen. It must not be impossible. You tell me, guys. X made a proposal to Y. Mr. Y, if you marry Z, I will give rupees 10 crores. Y said yes. They are into agreement. At the time of marriage, Y got excited. Finally, I am also getting married, going to get a 10 crores. With over excitement, become mad. Not a heart attack. He become mad, insane. People say, no? Mad or insane. Will Z marry Y? This is called section 36. Section 36. Deemed impossible. Impossible different. Deemed impossible different. Impossible means 56. From the beginning, this is not possible. Bring the moon onto the earth. From the beginning, impossible, man. Give a life to dead body. From the beginning, impossible. But what is this? Marry Z, possible. Y also? Z also agreed to marry. He hold Mangal Sutra. By holding Mangal Sutra, overexcited. My God, finally, Pappu Paswa getting married. With overexcitement, become mad. Will Z marry? No. Who will innovate issues in the life here? No. Deemed impossible. What is deemed impossible? Initially possible to perform, later become impossible. Am I making sense? 36 is different, 56 is different. Don't compare both. Because our contingent contract, last section 36. Okay, na? This is contingent. Now see first three. What is one? Express. Second one, implied. Third one, contingent. What is express? When a contract is made, either in writing or in oral. Implied means when agreement is made, neither in writing nor in oral. And contingent, according to section 31, in a contract, to do or not to do something if an event is collateral, does or does not happen. All examples, if you have, make a note after going home. See the section 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. You can see all examples. That rule you can understand quickly. Of course, when topic come again, I try to remind you this concept. But contingent also equally important. application based questions from examination. In our syllabus, Contract Act carries almost 15 to 20 marks weightage, and don't take easily. Though you know the subject, why again I am repeating? There was an intention. Good weightage is there, including choices I am addressing. They may say outside 30 marks weightage is there. But a major contribution coming from this chapter, contract law. Contract to Sale of Goods Act to Partnership, Negotiables, Negotiable and LLP. These are all one unit for you. Okay? Na? Okay. This is about contingent. What about quasi? Have you heard this any time? What is a quasi contract? Okay. Resemble means? Resembling. Resemble means? You can say anything, no problem. Resemble means? Say something, right or wrong, no matter. I am not giving any Bharata Ratna for you. Cool. Yeah. What is resemble? Amma? Like and get you. Replica. Okay, see, too similar, you mean to say. Good one. Same answer. Replica. In Aurangabad, if you go, you can see replica of the Taj Mahal there. Did anyone visit Aurangabad? Okay, go to Agra first. See the original Taj Mahal. Then go to Aurangabad. You can see one more replica there. Same, ditto Taj Mahal. But this is famous, not that one. Anyway, read the meaning. Quasi-contract. Contractual obligations. Contractual obligations resembling. Contractual obligations resembling between the parties are created by law. Contractual obligations resembling between the parties are created by law. Continue. Quasi-contract is not a contract. Quasi-contract is not a contract. It is a creation of law. It is a creation of law. Or it is the creation of law by the conduct of the parties. By the conduct of the parties. In absence of, continue, in absence of all essential elements of the valid contract, in absence of all essential elements of the valid contract, contractual obligations are created by law. Contractual obligations are created by law. Within the brackets, one word you write. This one. Unjust enrichment. Unjust enrichment. If you see this word in any sentence, you remember it as a quasi-contract. Sometime in our examination, they will ask a question in such a way. Contractual obligations resembling between the parties are created by law. Explain with the relevant examples. Quasi-contract he is asking. So, resembling means too similar, which means both looks like a twins. In fact, there was no connectivity between both of them. They are also meeting first time. You can see two similarities between the two guys. Here also, what is the contract originally? Parties must enter into a contract deliberately, offer, acceptance, consideration, capacity, and so on. If all essentials are there, valid. Whereas in case of a quasi, neither in writing nor in oral, no essential element is satisfied. Only situations say we are into contract. Since already you know one topic, just I remind you, section 71. Because quasi contract is 68, 69, 70, 71, 72. 5 sections are there. Application based questions and pakka one question will come on this. Such an important chapter quasi. Here only an outline. What is section 71? Responsibility of finder of lost goods. Could you remember? Tell me. X lost his bag or wallet. Y found it. By all the way, he comes to the X house. Did you lose this wallet? He said, yes. He said, I will pay you rupees 100. In fact, here X and Y never ever entered into contract, neither in writing nor in oral. No offer, no acceptance, no agreement, nothing. Since you find a wallet, address is there, by all the way walk into his house and said, you take your wallet. What is the duty of the finder of the lost goods? Give it to the true owner. You did your duty. The true owner said, I will pay this much. Valid. In fact, no offer, no acceptance, no agreement, but still as if they are into contract. Situation said, we are into contract. Neither in writing nor in oral. Only one generalized example here I will share. You also tell me, all of you honested? Is a honester like me? Hey. No. Are you honest? Pakka. Answer, you have to answer me now. Okay. All of you honest. Hey, honest only. All of you honest people. Hey, not somewhat. Fully. No contingency. Assume at time being all of you honest people. Answer accordingly. Huh? Those who are participated earlier, don't participate. Let others try. Created example, don't say reality. Only for understanding purpose, created one. You can't say any textbook. This is my creation. To understand. Okay? Tell me guys. Evening around 10:30 p.m. 11 p.m. You are waiting for your bus at a bus stop. You are alone. Adjacent to you one basket. Designer's basket. Basket value only 5,000. Costly one. If you are vegetarian, pure vegetarian food is there inside. If you are non-vegetarian, exclusive non-vegetarian food is there. Neatly packed. Very, very delicious food. Your bus also has come at the same time. Obviously, 10:30, 11 p.m. means Madhya Pradesh is empty. And our Uttar Pradesh says, come on man, do something. No one in and around. Who will take home this basket? Tell your good name, who will take home? Name I want. Name you tell. Shiva will take home, okay? That's why don't tell others' name, tell your name. Okay? Take home, Shiva. Since a good amount of the food, call the neighbor people, have a party with friends and neighbor people, enjoy. On the next day, same time waiting for the same bus, one fellow sat on the corner of the bus stop and he was crying. Go and ask him, what happened man? Yesterday night I lost my basket, sir. I thought of buying one more Coke. In the meantime, somebody lifted my basket. I am giving options, you can choose one. 3 options. First option, I don't know. Second option, come tomorrow, take empty basket and compensation. Third option, come tomorrow, take empty basket only. Out of these three, select one. A na, B na, C na. You are a honest man, not like me, you said. Tell me. B. B. B means basket and compensation. Excellent. Excellent B. No, you are honest people. Right? Now verify a person who lost a basket, the person who found a basket never entered into contract. But on the next day, whenever you see the true owner, please return empty basket. Third option. Why? Goods are perishable nature. If you don't consume today, tomorrow you have to throw out. Better enjoy. But the moment you see the true owner, please return the basket. Because you are not owner of the basket. Now analyze quasi-contract. Quasi-contract is not a contract. Situation said we are into contract. The person who lost, person who found, never entered into contract. Neither in writing nor in oral. Implied. Second, same 11 p.m. waiting for our bus. This time one suitcase. Inside 50 crores worth of diamond and jewelry. Not a smuggled one, billed one. Example, now we can create anything. And you alone in the basket, in that suitcase, address tag, address also there, including landline number, Aadhaar number, mobile number, mail ID, what not. Who will go to the true owner? Address is there, details are there. Tell me, who will go to true owner? Raise your hand. Tell your good name. Roshan will go to the true owner. Ask the true owner, hey, have you lost your suitcase? Yes, sir. Is this yours? It's mine. Hello, wait. Tell me what is there inside. You have to conduct a test, na? Simply just like that you can't give. The people describe diamond, jewelry, nature, all are matching. Innocently hand it over. He said, thank you Roshan, thank you so much. Would you like to have a coffee or a cold drink or a... You said, hey, I don't want anything, man. Give me 1,000 rupees cab expenses. He said, I have a hobby of taking but not giving. You become hyper, shameless fellow. I give the 50 crores, can't you give 1,000 rupees for me? He said, Rohan, go. Otherwise I call my dogs. Then remembering the PT Usha, Shiny Abraham, Usain Bolt, some running or jogging practice you have to do on the road. Then what to do, Rohan? Take one diamond before you hand it over suitcase. That fellow said everything is the diamond is missing. Here. Give 1,000. Take diamond. If anyone remember, this is called lien. Lien means retaining. Retain until legal charges are paid. If he refuses to pay legal charges, you can sell. Finder of the goods can sell the goods under section 169 of Contract Act. In the special contract, this point will come. Now verify a person who lost a suitcase, person who found the suitcase, never ever entered into contract, neither in writing nor in oral. He can claim the legal charges. If he fails to pay, he can sell. Even he can sell the goods. See the what a, but how much money he can claim? Remember, up to third of the value found. Up to 2/3. This is a maximum I am asking. You can claim up to 2/3, but you have to prove that you had incurred an expenditure equivalent to 2/3. Right? Third situation. Same suitcase, same 50 crores worth of diamond and jewelry. This time in the address tag, address is not there. How many go to station? How many of you go home? Honesty is important. Like me is there, I will go home, obviously. But you are all honest people, no? Hey, you said you are honest man, don't change your word. End of the day, all are sailing in the same boat. I know pretty well. Tell me, you are honest guys. How many of you go to police station? Raise your hand. You'll go to FIFO method. FIFO, first in, first out. Good name? You said, Amma Shruti. Tell me, Shruti, you go to police station. Hand it over. They will give one receipt for you. After taking the goods, they will give one receipt. Then she has to wait for 1 year. From the date of the goods are handed over to police department, wait for 1 year. Today is the 15th August. Wait until 14th August next year. 1 year completed. Police department certified that true owner is untraceable. Then finder of the goods will become next best owner to real amount. Remember this. Finder of the goods is a next best owner to real amount. She can claim it. You may ask a question, sir, she claimed the property. On the very next day, true owner has come. Until that, he was in coma. Suddenly woke up. He rushed to police station. Can he claim back the property? No, because already police department certified, so that she can claim the property. Right? Last. Class got over. All of us going towards a bus stop. On the road, you see the 10,000 rupees or 500 rupees or 1,000 rupees. Will you raise your hand? Who is the owner of this money? Yes, sir. Who is that? If you raise your hand, imagine the scenario. All will come. The fellow going by bus also will come in running. Hey, it's mine. Then how to judge that? That's why you take that money, you go to a nearby restaurant, cinema theater, enjoy. But amount should be negligible. The word is amount should be negligible. It is negligible, no definition, lie is silent. A rickshaw peddler lost 500 rupees, valuable. Salman Khan lost 1 lakh, negligible. The way, isn't it? You are having 100 crores of property and you lost 500 rupees. Will you bother about it? The way you possess yourself, it makes a difference. There is no hard and fast. That's why whatever may be the amount you see, negligible amount is, they can share it. But some people I had seen some. Even whatever may be the money they found, they won't take. They believe which comes easy, it goes easy. Young students, please remember, never believe in easy money. I am addressing these very sincere words. Never believe in easy money. It is not yours. It's not yours. Even 1 crore if you see on the road also, don't touch. Not mine. If you take that money and enjoy today, one day you have to pay back. One day you have to pay back. Not in once, twice, and 100 times you have to pay back. It hunts like anything. It's an offense. All of us got one soul inside, man. Today you may be very happy, man. One day will come, you can't answer to yourself. It become a nightmare. That's why I always advise my young students to live with legal value, moral value, ethical value. Never compromise for value life. When you look into mirror, you have to maintain your eye contact with yourself. This is more important. That's why never believe in easy money. Others' money we don't want. I don't know how many of you pray the God, give money bolke. Will you ask God? I want money. I know you will ask. It's ona yaar. But now onwards, at least we change our pray. How we should ask our God, give me good opportunity. Give me good health. These two, without fail you ask. Remaining, please never ask. Give me good health. Health is wealth. Second, opportunity. Because you are not lazy person. Na? You are ready to do anything and everything. Only thing is, everyone waiting for opportunity, man. My point of view, CMA pursuing is an opportunity. Already you have opportunity. You prove that you are the best. There are some students outside who doesn't have this facility. By the grace of God, your parents are encouraging, prove that you are the best. That's why never ask the God, I want this one, I want that one. No. Ask only two things. One, good health. Second, opportunity, man. Already opportunity is there. So now onwards you should ask only good health. That's it. But keep working, and nothing will change your life except your hard work. Anyway, some people I know, they see some money on the road, they take the money, go to nearby temple, they drop into hundi. They won't take it. Never ever touch that money. It's not mine. It's not mine. But always remember, money won't make you happy. With money, you never be happy. And I am using this language. With money, you can buy one building, one diamond necklace, but you can't buy one person happiness. You can't buy by giving money. Can you ask somebody smile for me? That's why you have to live your healthy life. For that sake, money is required, 100% required. What is needed, you earn. But you should not have a greed for money. With that, you will never be happy in your lifetime. Anyway, this is about quasi. This is for the day. We see tomorrow the remaining types of the contracts. And now onwards, you can have continuous sessions will be there, except probably on Monday. I may